Welcome back. We're seeing Higurashi once again, and after the previous episode of this new season, I'm not sure I want to. The Soul Brothers really taking centre stage amongst many other things that occurred, but there's a kind of neck snap whiplash of tone compared to the previous season. Is it going to continue like this, or are we going to actually get back into kind of the downtrodden Higurashi style? And that was just a pleasant interlude. To find out, we're going to have to watch them more. Luckily for us, there seems to be plenty of it, and I'm eager and willing to see. Maybe you are as well. Is the town, the characters, their future safe? Or are we going to face, widespread trouble and rumination again? Grab a drink. Let's find out. Seeing the events transpire once again, or are we going to get like... for a second there, I thought there wouldn't be subs. But yeah, much like most of the early episodes of other seasons, getting to enjoy them just... getting them just to enjoy their time together. Ooh. The imagery of filing off eyelids. But what could possibly go wrong in this world when they had such a lovely time at the swimming pool, and now in such a warm day? Yeah, can we speak less of this subject, please? I agree with him. So... this is after the fact. This is the summer continuing and her enjoying their time. Fragments of the past? Why did we see that just now? Careful. I'm having a sinking feeling. Usually, I was just saying, oh, they're enjoying their time, but now they're actually talking about it. Oh, okay. Is she trying to kill her? They're not even wearing any protective pads or a helmet. Someone's not really up for the race. Overconfidence. Is a slow and insidious killer. But as I was kind of mentioning with success, how long are they going to be able to enjoy it? Keep your eyes on the road. That's not a car. Much like the first episode, KG on his bike, now we're on their bikes once again going into this opening. Although slightly more involved after what we just saw, running along the road, meeting a rather hefty vehicle on the other side. Who would have thought that the story comes to an end not with a mass extinction of the village or a brain-rotting parasite. No, just traffic collision. But when she wasn't taking Hanyu's or anyone else's advice to slow down, kind of brought it on yourself. Yeah, thinking that you're invincible because she's fought back against the world and the universe itself. Is this a story of, if it's not one ordeal, it's another? Universe will, much like a Final Destination kind of way, will claim its prize sooner or later. Okay. Episode 1, so the previous thing was just a fun little side note. An unfamiliar ceiling. I mean, she's awake, but is there anything going on? Ah, okay. Wait. Satoshi? What exactly? So I'm guessing the life and death reset is still going on, just now she's travelled back a little further. Or I'm going off of a comment here saying that, we succeeded in defeating Tanaka and whatnot, so it could cause some terrible head injuries. Also, every time that she resets and goes back, as was just mentioned there, does she kind of zone out for a second while she gets, acclimatized to this time and body again? But yeah, as I was kind of thinking about, with Satoshi here now, does that mean this is before the events of the parasite? Or is it he is okay and wasn't interred into the clinic? Here we go. Just came around. He's let himself go a little. This is where it all comes out that everything that we've seen so far was just in a moment of delusion and the effects of being hit by a ball. Oh, great. I think she's okay. That was an intense examination he just gave. Okay. Trust the random doctor who has definitely been part of the story long ago. Since long ago. So... Now she's going to just have to find a calendar, right? Just to make sure. So if she's... But the problem is the doctor being this random dude instead of Irie. She doesn't have long to get everything in order. Maybe it's just for this one little week or something. Irie was sick and needed to get a replacement in. Yeah, concussion is one hell of a thing. If she starts feeling dizzy... I wonder what's going to come out of this brain scan. Yeah, it's fine. A few head injuries. It's something you can just shake off when you're young. Takano. Yeah, things are slightly odd here. A different doctor? The clinic is under a different name? Is he going to let her just walk off and leave without being fully tested? Well... So, what, a success turning back... Look at the picture on the wall. Turning back the clock, stopping the disaster of the village, is what we saw with the adult going back into her as a child. Like, go with your parents, collect that flag. Changed far more than realised. Was he doing research on a certain effect that was going around? Did he have any offspring? Hereditary or adopted? Okay. He's honest. What about Tomatake? What about Keiichi? What about... What was the police guy's name? So what, Tokyo has had no interest in this village here, so anything that came to pass because of that is missing. Yamamoto. Just go straight to the point. Yeah, better get you in the ECG. Just get those brain scans going. He has no knowledge. Or, is a very, very good actor. Really? No problems with her brainwaves? Are you sure? Double check. After everything she's been through, I'd be scared if there wasn't anything wrong. June. Got a lot of mental arithmetics going on. It's past the time that he should be long gone. Key players of the story are missing. I'm guessing everything that she has experienced is also going to be odd, and she's going to have no one to talk to about it. Mion one was probably no knowledge of certain facts, just like Irie disappearing. But if the Hinazawa syndrome and whatnot doesn't exist and no one's looking at it, does that mean all of the work she put in to get things in place like talking to his father so they move, but if we are now in a timeline where Keiichi just doesn't exist, at least not in this time and place. But you've got another key player, Satoshi. Is it the fact that you only met Irie and you only met Keiichi and whatnot because of everything that happened? So this is the world of how it should have proceeded. Keep thinking that if there's no villain to defeat, maybe she can just enjoy her time. Because she needs to keep better eyes on the road. Just because defeating Takano and saving the village meant that she lived past that day. Does this mean, like, if she lived to ripe old age of, 84, she would then return here? Just, crap. Are things different in this world? They're not quite as close as they could be. So there's no group activities anymore. So their little friend group missing Keiichi and isn't as close. isn't as close as they once were. It's definitely a strange world. She didn't need to change her name to Renna. Like, why is she here? Didn't she have a episode and smashed up windows, and that's why she moved back to this village? So what, has she got a happy family this time? Do you think all of the details that we know of characters and how their stories proceeded and what makes up them is unraveled, and we have to unlearn bits and pieces? She has a house in Ibaraki? I must have mistaken it with someone else. At least she can use that hit to the head as an excuse for getting small details wrong. Things are definitely... Hopefully this doesn't strike a nerve. Ah, okay. As usual. Why would you bring up... To have... Well, Satoshi is there, so they're together. What about everyone that, mysterious circumstances? Are they fine as well? Like, Sadako's parents, so she's not living with the uncle. Would that mean... We saw her in the opening or whatnot, or was it the ending? So Rika has her parents? Everything here does seem slightly odd, because everything we know before, but their lives are faring quite well. Everything was, messed up. Is there going to be any characters that fall into how we knew them before? And no one's, who hasn't had their life uprooted or changed? People moving away. Next year? The dam? The dam. The dam project went ahead with no syndrome, with no parasites. It went ahead, the plans went through. But were they... They were convinced to bow down. Yeah, cool. Given funding or housing elsewhere. You're saying some awful things here, Rika. What was the worst of the outburst between the villagers and the project managers? And they came to an understanding? Reparation. Well, if everyone is, remunerated quite well... Can we ask Hanyu what's going on? So, as long as the shrine stayed somewhere... Just, do you mind moving house for a bit, God? As long as it goes ahead. Can they go see this damn project? Which means they're all going to be split up. Well, if they... That was a rather... Was that a bait and switch? Was that a bluff? But yeah, she might have saved the village, but now it's under a different kind of demise. The dam itself just going ahead because there isn't the issue of this secret project. Now, how are you going to change this? Or maybe she just has to accept that things will change. Go with the flow, as it were. See where things will lead. At least on the surface, this isn't anything that she needs fighting back against. It's just trying to get back to this world that she knew. That's what she's dreaming of and fighting for at the minute. But is it necessary? Everyone seems happy enough. No murders have occurred so far. No one's disappeared. This is just the way that things are now. But considering how close they all were before and how much they'd kind of fought for each other and all the experiences they had gained, just having characters disappear from it all. The ones that remain, are they going to be glimpses of what happened before in the various other timelines? Or as I mentioned before, that entire sequence of events was just head trauma. Wow. I liked the going back in time to restart that Groundhog Day situation, figuring out where things went wrong and building it up over time. Completing the task and then getting into a traffic accident resetting so hard that everything is now different. You get a new game plus. Characters missing. Those that were key to all of the events before, just non-existent. And what seems to be an insurmountable task of just a young girl wanting to try and preserve the village from the dam project. And everyone seems fine with it now. They're all moving off. They've been paid enough to not have to fight about it. There doesn't seem to be some greater evil. Hanyu, as the spirit of this place, is she happy with the new shrine that was placed outside the village? And considering the year, I don't suppose it's all too easy just to look up Keiichi's family home phone number. So, hey, you don't know me, but it's good to hear that you're okay. Do you fancy coming over to this village? It's about to be flooded in a year or so, but, you know, the housing market is pretty cheap. I do wonder where this particular story is going to go. I know that this season only has a few episodes, so it's not as though we're going off on another grand adventure to save the village and so many twists and turns along the way. No, this one is fairly self-contained. But considering it's only a few episodes long, is there anything to fix? Or is this just this is how things are now? You know, Satoshi actually being alive and well, awake. Maybe this place isn't all too bad. This is so odd. It's not. Nothing here is bad per se, apart from needing to move away because the town's going to get flooded. Whatever. No one's been killed off. There's no mysterious goings on. There's no governmental plots. No conspiracies. This world is fine. But it feels so wrong. And especially after everything that we saw before and what they had to fight through and do in order to save it all, for it to just be swept under the rug. It's like, cool, you've completed that. Cool, now fuck off. Got this new world. It seems so undeserved. But I guess we can't have nice things. So it's just a case of trying to make the best out of it. Are we going to see a new village? Are we going to see Rika trying to bring everyone close? Because they aren't this close-knit ragtag group that they were in the other world. They don't have this club that they do everything with after school. They finish up, go home, live their own lives. The meaning of, we'll fight for each other to the very end because that's what friends do, is kind of lost here. It's an odd one. Bittersweet. Things are going well, no one's dead. And yet, it doesn't feel like a victory. That's my thoughts on it. What are yours? Let me know. If you enjoyed this one, let me know down below. Leave a like on the video. Comment or two of anything I missed or might need to think about. If you don't want to miss out future episodes, consider subscribing. But definitely get yourself some rest. Watch out on the roads. And hopefully I'll see you for the next one. If everything is reset one day, what's going to be left of my channel? Hopefully something better than what it is. And if you want to help make sure that something at least is left, consider joining on to my Patreon, because thanks to the likes of Sal, Guado, Kite, Ruben Filomaro, Wolfie Sensei and everyone else, someone, somewhere, may at least remember me.